All right, so welcome to part 43 because the last tutorial, even though I said 41, that was 42 actually. Apologies. So this one is going to be 43, part 43 of the C8 Corvette Solidworks tutorial in surfacing tutorial. All right, so in the last tutorial we've been working on the LEDs in that brake lights right there, and then in this tutorial we're going to create the spoiler and the plate number and the Stingray logo on the top. So let's start by creating the spoiler first. Okay, and the spoiler is falling on this sections here, and then yeah. So let's have a look at the picture. All right. So it's starting from that section, that surface here, and coming up, and basically it comes up to, it will be sitting on the stop section here, but it's starting from here and on this one, and of course it's kind of curving up to that top section there. So that's what we're aiming for, and it will be sitting on this ledge, obviously. Okay, so we're gonna start from here. Let's take off these blue appearance. And let's start by jump into 3D sketch, and let's add that 3D point. And we're gonna start adding that 3D point right on this edge here. Okay, and once we have that 3D point, we're going to define the draft angle of that spoiler. So if you have jump into the picture again, we want to get this draft angle here. So here, and it's starting from this ledge up on that direction, so we know our reference angle on that one. So let's grab that construction line and let's drop it on the midsection, right on the middle here. And of course, we want to be on Y and X. So bring it up to here. And let's just get things into view. So probably like this, maybe. Just let's go a bit more aggressive on this one, and let's just drop this somewhere here. And then that should be straight, of course. Right, and it goes around like that, and the second one will come over here. Right. Right. So, okay, so let's grab that spline and then just drop the spline on this point, and then somewhere on this line, and we will move it up and down to get the right height. Okay, so let's get into view from the back here. And then let's add the right height for the stop area. Let's just leave that line here, Control Z, and let's make this line fix. Let's fix this line here, make fix. So now it won't move anymore. All right. Okay, so the right height of that spoiler will be sitting somewhere here. Okay. And then we're just going to add a few spline points on this line. Here. Okay, and let's get into view from the back. And let's pull this line up a little bit so we can add our control polygons. Control polygon selected, and now we can see our points, right? So from the corner, it's going to be a straight with an angle, something like that. And then that's our right height. Maybe we can bring it down just a little bit. And then we want to straighten this out. And that also will determine some other things as well. Okay, so somewhere here. And make this into a nice sharp corner. Oh, nice sharp corner here, but with a little bit of angle here. And that's good. And now let's just straighten out this area here. It comes up like that. Okay, so something like that. It curves around like that. And let's just straighten this out as well from the top. So we want to follow this ledge as best as we can. And just trying to be nice and straight with a nice curve as well. Okay, it's a bit tricky in this area here. Okay, so that looks kind of good. And let's just double check again from the back that we haven't missed any overstrain, maybe just a little bit up here. And make this a little bit more sharper on this corner. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, just have a quick look from the side. And we're looking good almost from the side. Okay, that looks good. From the top. Again, from the top. And that here is a bit crooked. So make that straight in this area. And again from the back. Okay, that looks good. Let's exit this sketch. Okay, and we just need to set up our scaffolding for the second spline. And that second spline is we first have to make a 3D construction line from this point, and we want to be on Y and X. And let's just jump to the side view. And then let's bring this line Okay, and let's just come in here and pull this line down somewhere about here, so it will not touch the lower section will not touch the actual surface. And then let's just have a look from the top that how thick that what the thickness will be on that on that construction scaffolding, right? Okay, so that's that line there, and the second one will come from here, somewhere here, and we can always bring that a little bit back, and just I want to make sure that this line is this sketch. And let's just have a look from the side. And again, we just need to pull this down so that it's not sticking up too much. And again, from the top. I suppress that one. And so jump into the here and unsuppress that sketch. And this sketch. I don't know what's this pink thing here. So let me restart my system. Okay, so now that I restarted my system, let's come into this line and edit this sketch. And now the pink is gone. And I want to fix this line along the z-axis, the x-axis actually. So now that confirms that we are straight with that line. And let's just double check again from the side. And that line should basically sitting on top of here actually, and it's curving downwards. So that's not good. Okay, so let's delete this construction line here and add another construction line here. And I keep this line here. And let's just double check from the top. And yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that. So that's good. And we can always pull this down if it's sitting too high up, right? Okay. So exit this sketch. And let's jump into another 3D sketch, and we want the 3D point, and we want to drop that point somewhere here. And then let's grab that spline and drop that spline on this point to this line here. So again, realize I didn't snap it on the right on the end because we can adjust it afterwards. Okay, so I want to add a few spline points. Hope I didn't add too much. Basically, the more spline points you have, the more work is going to be, obviously. Straightening them out. Okay, and then just getting to the rear view here. And exit the spline point command, and click on this line, and then just bring it up a little bit so we can add our control polygon. Okay, so let's move this up now and create that second corner here. So basically, if we look at the picture here, we can see that the line is almost identical with this one here, and then it drops down. So basically, the second line is going to drop lower than this section, and then it's going to drop down in a step to the midsection. So basically, the front side of this wing, right? So we want to drop a little bit. We start dropping from this corner down, and that will create that section for us. But at the same time, we want to be straight as well with the other section. So this one is going to fall here, and our step is going to be here, right? So it's going to be somewhere here, and let's make a nice corner here, and then pull this closer to here as well. Okay, that's one. That this side is starting to drop down very nicely, and then we have the corner there. Okay, and then now let's have a look at from the top, and we just have to straighten it out here, and we will go back, of course, to the rear view section. So basically, if I keep the connectors close to each other, where so basically, if in one view you set it up, and you get into another view, and then obviously the connectors wants to be in the distance from each other, and then of course when you get into another view, if I make any sense, if you get into another view, when you move it, you just try, usually I just trying to keep the connectors in relation to in the relation with the distance with each other, so that when you get to the first view that you've been editing it, it almost stays the same. But then of course you edit some more. So I want to pull this down just a little bit, this corner, like so, and I want to add that corner area right here, just like that, and that created that drop that I've been looking for. So make that nice step along here, and then I'll just pull this a bit closer to this side. Okay, now just let's just double check that we are not under any surfaces here, because we don't want that. We don't want to fall under any surfaces here. So let's just get into view and then make sure we are not falling under anything here. Then we just pull it up a little bit like that. Okay. And then that should be good, I hope. Let's just double check again from the top that we're still straight. So let's just straighten this area out. Let's just pull this back a little bit. I mean, we can always make it, you can always make it bigger and then trim back if that's the case. And let's just double check again from the rear. And rear looks good now. And I think that's what it's going to allow us to do. All right. So that's good so far here. And then I'm going to exit this sketch. And I'm going to add another 3D spline from here to here. And just jump into the side view. And just pull this down. Give this a little bit of profile in this direction. Exit the sketch. And then we're just going to add another 3D spline from this point to this point here. And just come to this side here. And it's gonna pull this line up like that. And then we're going to give a profile from the top. Just like that. Okay, and then once that's down, let's jump into surfaces, boundary surface, and let's create this surface here. And then let's flip these connectors. Not that one. Let's start over again. So this line and then this line here. And for direction to, let's select this line here. And this profile line here. Press OK. And then that's a great surface right there. Maybe we can edit some more with that spoiler. Maybe we need to pull this line down a little bit, which we can. But for now, let's mirror over and see how that looks. So for mirror phase is going to the front plane and then bodies to mirror this whole section here. Okay, so that almost looks good. Actually, almost looks good. But only thing is, we're just going to bring that upper section down a little bit in this area. Edit this sketch. So just gonna bring it a bit lower. And just need to straighten it out, of course. Okay, and then let's just have a look from the top. And we just need to bring this in here as well. All right, and just one more double check from the rear. And let's have a look. Okay, so that looks a lot better than before. And then let's do the mirror now. So front plane, and then bodies to mirror. Okay, so this is exactly how we wanted it. All right, so let's hide this line here. Hide the line. And then let's add appearance to that spoiler. Paste. And then if we jump over here, black high glass plastic, blue glass, black high glass plastic, edit appearance. Plastic, edit appearance, and let's choose a lighter gray, a bit darker, so it sticks out a bit more. All right, so there's a few more things we can add to the spoiler, like the stand that comes down here. So this area here that drops down, but we're going to do that in the next tutorial. Well, basically, I'm going to do that when I tidy up the whole car and everything else. So let's go to surfaces here, and let's connect these two sides together, and let's add a thickness to this ring of 1. Thickness 1. That's okay. And then add the appearance. Copy appearance. Paste appearance. Copy appearance. Paste appearance. And this one as well. Alright. So that creates our wing on a C8 Corvette. And then we also have the brake lights as well. Okay, so let's see how much time we have. 29 minutes. Alright, so let's save the model. Okay, and let's quickly create the plate number bracket. Okay, so let's make a sketch. Let's make a sketch on the front plane. And let's grab that center line, and we want to be straight. Okay, exit the sketch, this plane on this line, So choose the line first and the point. Okay, and then let's make a sketch on this plane. Make a sketch, normal to profile. And let's grab a center rectangle. All right, so something like this. I'm not going to choose American plate number. I could, but I won't. I'm just going to use normal plate number. Okay, and then I'm going to add some fillets. That's going to be too much, so let's try to. Yeah, 2 is good. And press OK. And I'm going to exit the sketch. And I'm going to do a projected curve. Projected curve, and then sketch on face. Select the sketch and select the face. Okay, and then I'm going to jump into 3D sketch and convert this projected curve here. Okay, and once we converted that one, I'm going to hide this plane after I exited this one. But first, let's grab the direction of pull and to this point here, and we want to be on Y and X. Okay, and exit the sketch. Okay, hide this plane here, hide the line. Okay, and the surface is an extrude surface. Select the sketch and select the direction of pull. And it's going to be about that much stick out. Let's just do 0.7, 0.7. Okay. All right, and then let's hide the projected line, and then let's cap up this. Let's cap up this extruded surface. So let's choose boundary surface and start with these 2 lines here. That's okay. And then another. It's going to be a fill surface from this edge, these edges here, and that's good. And the same thing on this side. That's okay. And let's knit the top sections together. And let's knit the whole thing together actually. Okay, that's fantastic. And now let's add this appearance. Copy appearance. Let's add to the side. Okay, and let's add the white appearance to the top of the plate number. Okay, that's good. So that creates the plate number. And for the actual plate number, to add a plate number, we will choose a decal. So what else left to do here is to add our Stingray logo. But first, let's save the model. Okay. All right. So to create the steering wheel logo, first we have to thicken the top surface. So let's knit together this here, these three. And then let's thicken the top surface that we just knitted together to 1 millimeter. Try 0.1. 0.1 is enough. And we're going to thicken it on the underside of it. Okay, that's fantastic. So now we just have to make a sketch on the front plane. Get into view. And then let's make that center line. From here, and we want to be perpendicular with that line, which we will be. All right. And now we just have to add our plane on that line. Okay, so plane, select the line and the point. And then make a sketch on that plane. So obviously we don't want to add our Stingray logo this way. Although we could, actually let's try to do it this way, all right? So center line is important. Drop it here. And then first we're going to make a line. Let's have a look at the picture. All right, so it's starting from here, somewhere here, and we're gonna pull up that tail, the tail of the Stingray, all the way up to here. It has quite a long tail, so let's make it a bit longer, a little bit longer. Okay, and then let's go to offset entities and offset this one. Let's choose by direction. And let's choose 1 on that. Maybe 1 is going to be too much. Yeah, 1 is going to be too much. So let's do a Control Z to offset and try 0.6. 6 is good. And then we just need to trim out the inside line. And we still have our mirroring center line. Okay, good. Okay, so we have the tail. As we can see here on this picture. Let's just click over here. So we got one wing that comes out this way and then one that comes out that way. Let's just look at again how far that wing comes down, not too far. Okay, so let's grab that spline and then come all the way down here. Come all the way down here, this area. And give this a curve, about that much. Okay, and then there's another spline that's going up that much. A bit sharper. So let's fix this point here. So it's a bit sharper in that direction. Pull it in here. And the one that goes straight. A spline that comes straight. And another one that comes in here about here, and we give this a profile about that, and another one that jumps to the nose in the midsection. Okay, and we make this a nice profile as well, this line here. Something like that. And then let's just mirror all these entities over. Over this line. There's one more line here that is not. Come on, grab the line. I almost grabbed it. Okay, that's it. That's the line. All right. So that's not work. So Control Z to fix that, and then press OK. Let's just pull that a little bit up this way. Pull a little bit up this way. Make that straight, of course. And trying to grab that handlebar in that direction. And maybe bring this nose a little bit more in to make it a bit sharper. Give this back this profile on that direction. So if you manage to create your stingray a little bit better, send me a picture of it. Okay, so we're gonna go with this for now, and I'm going to close this up here. That's good. And exit the sketch. Okay, and just jump to the wrap command and select the sketch. And the face is going to be this face here. It's already showing up there, which is a good sign. And you want to make sure that your wrap is selected and your emboss is selected. And we're going to choose one. Press OK. And then we have our stingray created. Let's add this appearance on this stingray. Okay, and let's add some fillets on this stingray just to make it a little bit nicer. Let's try 0.2 and see what that gives us. We can try 0.5, 0.5. I said 0.5, not 0.2, 0.5. Okay, then that looks good, 0.5. And then just edit wherever we can. Of course, you want to edit this one, this corner as well. Well, maybe in the next one. And then this one here. And then press OK. And then grab another fillet and add it to this side as well. Probably we're not going to edit here, but we're going to edit on this one here. And this one. That's okay. Alright, and that looks good. And just copy this appearance and add it to our fillets. And then there's one more fillet we can add on this corner. Oh, it's already added. Alright, that's good. Alright, I think our stingray logo looks fantastic. All right, let's just hide this plane. Let's just hide this plane here and hide the line. And there's one more thing we need to add is the Corvette text. And we still have time for that. So again, we're going to save the model here. Okay, and then let's make a sketch on the front plane. Over to profile, and then center line, construction line from this line here, and then we want to be perpendicular. It's going to be like that, and exit the sketch. And then plane, select the line, select the point. And in this time, we're going to press spacebar and just select this view here. Otherwise, we would have to go from the other side. Haven't we created the 3D text already? I think we did, haven't we? No? Let's just double check. Oh, we have. Oh, we have in the beginning. All right, we just it's been suppressed for some reason. All right, so we don't have to create it again. Oh, that's fantastic. Let's jump in here and just unsuppress this three here. Unsuppress. All right. So if it wasn't suppressed for you, it's all suppressed for me because maybe as I was doing it, I pressed something that I shouldn't press. So that's good. Okay, hide this plane, hide this sketch because maybe we started with creating the logo in the Corvette text in the beginning. Okay, guys. So thanks very much for staying with me on this tutorial, and there's a few more bits. Maybe just some smaller adjustments and some tiny bits to do in the back end, the honeycomb structure in those rear exit points, which you already know how to do. So I'm not going to make a tutorial on that. The next tutorial, I'm going to be working on creating the wing mirrors, and after that's done, everything else is just going to be the interiors and the engine and the gearbox and things like that. But that won't be a tutorial. That will be a speed run with music. So and the wheel and the disc and everything else, it's all just mechanical. That just goes really fast. Okay, guys. Yeah, so I'm gonna be with you to stay with to create the wing mirrors, and that will complete this project. And of course, the rest will be a speed run. All right, so we still have the Corvette logo in the front to create, but that's also in the next tutorial where we create the wing mirrors. All right, thanks very much for staying with me in this tutorial. And of course, if you just first time watching my videos, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.